5 News This Morning starts now.
We just don't have things like this happen.
Coming up on 5 News This Morning, gang cameras capture an image of a bear not far from where a deadly attack unfolded. This morning, we're learning more about the victim who has now been identified.
And for some areas right now, you can look up and see the supermoon. But if you didn't get a chance this morning or last night, we'll have a couple more chances as a cold front moving through. It's starting to clear us out. We'll talk more about that here coming up.
Motion is not agreed to.
Well, the Senate is set to reconvene this morning after again failing to pass a funding bill to reopen the federal government. How it's causing flight delays and leading to more furloughs.
A live look outside there at the Fayetteville Square. It is 6:30. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on 5 News This Morning. It looks like some workers out there putting those lights on, the holiday lights. You know how they light up the square?
Oh, it's almost time, guys.
It's the best time, but it sure isn't feeling like no holiday weather.
No, it certainly isn't. And we got to get through, Halloween first and Thanksgiving. So I know Tiffany always talks about hopefully the kids, don't have to put it on jackets for Halloween. It's hard to tell that far out, but I mean, if this trend continues, we're going to be able to wear T-shirt and shorts through the rest of the year. This is crazy.
That's good for their costumes.
As I say, you can definitely show off what you got going on for Halloween. But again, we'll have to get there first. Let's just get through the rest of this week. That does look pretty warm. Now, for right now, temperature's pretty warm this morning in the 60s and a couple of low 70s in the Van Buren area. But as we head throughout the day today, we will cool down a little bit as a cold front is swinging through. And as that cold front's swinging through, we're seeing a little bit of some areas of fog, especially in the Siloam Springs area. You can see down to 0 mile visibility there. In Salisa down to 5 miles. Poto to 3 miles, and then a little bit off to the east in Carroll County towards the Harrison area, some reduced visibility as well. There's that cold front. You can see a lot of cloud cover starting to develop out ahead of it, and that cloud cover I think will thicken as the morning continues, and it'll try to squeeze out a little bit of some spotty showers, but I think we just don't have a ton of energy associated with this. Ooh, a little bit of a bug this morning as we're waking up. So partly cloudy skies and maybe a little bit of patchy fog as you head out the door with temperatures in the 60s and those low 70s in Van Buren. More clouds will develop for recess and temperatures in the 70s. Then depending on where you are heading home, could maybe see some spotty showers and temperatures in the 80s in the River Valley. But for northwest Arkansas, with the cold front swinging through, will be more like the upper 70s. We'll talk more about that cold front and talk about maybe a little bit more of the rain chances coming up in your full forecast. For now, take a live look at traffic on this Tuesday morning. Take a live look along I-49 at Whitaker Parkway near the Rogers area. Good morning to you there. Traffic moving smoothly so far on this Tuesday morning, and could see some areas of fog. We'll see eventually maybe a chance of some spotty showers. Talk more about that coming up in about 15 minutes. Joe and Tiffany.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. Well, developing this morning, we now know the identity of the camper killed in a suspected bear attack.
Yeah, the Newton County Sheriff identifying the person who died is 60-year-old Max Thomas from Springfield, Missouri. Thomas was found dead Thursday night after his family requested a welfare check. Authorities say they found signs of a struggle and drag marks leading away from his campsite. Now, this game camera photo here was captured in the area of the attack. Game and Fish officials say it is unusual for bears to come into areas where people are.
It just does not happen. It's so weird. And that's why we want to get these bears and check them out and see if there's something wrong with them.
Well, Game and Fish say that they are investigating potential diseases or other factors that contribute to these attacks in Arkansas bear populations.
Arkansas Game and Fish also weighing in on safety as people set out for camping this fall. They recommend bagging up any food and not to keep it near a campsite or sleeping area. If you see a bear, they suggest backing away slowly and making yourself appear as large as possible.
You can yell at them, throw rocks at them if you have to. Most of the time they're very afraid of humans. I just hope we find out, what's causing this and see if it's more than a one-off. If there's some kind of disease or something going wrong, with the bears up in that area.
Well, this bear mauling comes less than a month after another deadly bear attack in Franklin County, the first recorded one in Arkansas since 1892.
Well, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Secretary of State Cole Jester are facing a special election timeline lawsuit in District 26. The seat was left vacant after the death of Senator Gary Stubblefield. Franklin County resident Colt Shelby filed the lawsuit, challenging the governor's timeline for the special election. The primary is set for March 3rd, with the general election on June 9th. Shelby argues that leaves District 26 without representation for months, including during the upcoming budget session. He says state law requires special elections to be held within 150 days of a vacancy.
If nobody is coming in and going to bat for us, then our voices will not be heard. And that's Johnson County, Logan County, Franklin County, and part of Sebastian County. It's a big area. It's roughly 85,000 people.
The governor's office says that the timeline was set to save taxpayer dollars and ensure that the election is free, fair, and secure. Well, travelers at airports are seeing flight delays as officials acknowledge more air traffic controllers are calling in. The Senate is set to reconvene this morning after again failing to pass a funding bill on Monday. CBS News' Jared Hill has more.
The tower is closed due to staffing.
For several hours Monday, there were no air traffic controllers at Hollywood Burbank Airport.
It doesn't make me happy. It is kind of scary.
Pilots redirected to other centers. California Governor Gavin Newsom blamed the federal government shutdown. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
Is our airspace unsafe? No.
Trying to reassure travelers as staffing issues, including sick calls, hit several major airports and air traffic control centers. The federal employees have been working without pay since the shutdown started 7 days ago.
Now what they think about as they're controlling our airspace is, how am I going to pay my mortgage? How do I make my car payment?
The motion is not agreed to.
The Senate stalemate continued Monday. For a fifth time, the chamber failed to pass a clean GOP funding bill or a Democratic proposal that includes protections for Affordable Care Act subsidies and Medicaid. President Trump says he's open to making a deal.
We are speaking with the Democrats, and some very good things could happen with respect to health care.
But Democratic leaders say that's not the case.
Neither Leader Schumer or myself have heard a word from the administration about resolving this issue.
Later, the president clarified that he's happy to work with the Democrats after the government reopens. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Well, the Air Traffic Controllers Union say that the shutdown staffing shortage leaves the system vulnerable and underscores the urgent need to accelerate training and hiring.
Millions of Americans who rely on federal assistance programs like SNAP and Family Aid could soon lose access to those benefits. Experts warn those funds could run out within the next 2 weeks if the shutdown continues. Agencies are now relying on reserve funds until a new spending plan is passed. According to the USDA, WIC helps more than 50,000 in Arkansas. SNAP can help more than 240,000.
Well, although federal programs like WIC and SNAP face uncertainty during the shutdown, state leaders in Arkansas announced a new effort to help more families become self-sufficient. It's called the 1033 Initiative Program. For the next year, the pilot program will partner with support organizations to get people out of poverty and on track to become self-sufficient. Officials say a new case management system will also help Arkansas nonprofits collaborate.
We will integrate Hope Hub and Care Portal so that a person in need can be surrounded by every level of support. Government agencies, professional services, and caring neighbors, all working together. This means that when someone reaches out for help, they're not entering a maze, they're entering their community.
The pilot program will focus on Central Arkansas before expanding. It's expected to serve as many as 500 Arkansans.
Well, it is a big day for Walmart and entrepreneurs who want to get their products on store shelves.
Today, Walmart is holding the open call on their new campus in Bentonville. This is a live look on campus where in just a couple of hours, they'll open their doors on this event for the 12th year. It's also the 40th anniversary of Sam Walton's Buy American initiative. Starting at 8:30, Walmart leaders will talk about manufacturing and hold educational sessions for suppliers.
At 10 a.m., entrepreneurs with a golden ticket will make their pitches right there through those arches where it says Walmart Open Call to find out if their products will make it on store shelves. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach will be there. She'll bring you that story later on your 5 News at 5.